Hey everyone, welcome back to the Piano Preserve. Today I do have two new songs that I'm going to be playing or starting to play. I did a little bit yesterday, but I've got those two, and I also wanted to do some work with a couple of different apps. So two in particular that I've found that I think are going to be good. One is for ear training, and that is called Chet, Chet, which I have done a little bit of stuff with so far. I've tried some other ear training apps in the past, and it's always kind of just generated notes and things. So the thing I like about Chet is that it actually plays little snippets from real songs using different instruments, and then it has you try to play those back, and it kind of has a progress that it takes you through from easier to harder. That I've done a little bit here and there, but I like conceptually that it uses real music, real songs, not just kind of generated stuff, and not always the same tone necessarily. I like that it's different instruments. But then also for sight reading, there's an app called Notes Trainer, and I've not actually tried this one at all yet, but I'm curious to take a look at Notes Trainer, because I think for me especially, sight reading is something that I struggle with. Just the speed at which my brain processes, like, what are these notes and how do they go together? So like I tend to, like, I can, when I'm learning songs, I read slowly, and I get through them, and then eventually, you play them enough and you start to memorize, and that's how I gain my speed. But I would love to be better at sight reading in general, and I think it's a same idea where it kind of sees where you are and progresses through a little bit for you. So Notes Trainer is the sight reading. I have not played anything yet today, so let's give it a shot. Let's try Notes Trainer first of all, and we'll see how that is. It looks like I need to be horizontal. So notes, sight reading, lessons, practice, songs, free play, daily goal, support the app. Okay, so let me see. I think, oh, it's got MIDI. Oh, it says it's connected to my camcorder, which is connected to the back of here. So that's probably a sane way to go. Let me see, what is this? Enable notifications, reminders for your daily practice. I don't need that necessarily. I don't know what that's for. Look at our settings here. It's the first time I've loaded this up. Instrument, grand piano, practice, reminders, notifications. Oh, maybe mute all sounds. I'd ghost error notes, wrong note, note pressed. Okay, so you could do solfege, or you could do normal notes, German. There you go. Nice. Okay. Let's look at the tutorial. Let's see what we got. We'll help you understand the basics of how this app works. Great. That is an F. Okay. Okay, good job. Now that you understand the basics of how this app works, you can get started on your practice. If you're brand new to sight reading, you should start with the lessons section. If you know what you want to work on, you can create custom practice sessions in the practice section. Okay, so sounds like I want to turn off, probably mute all sounds. Let me double check. You've got options. You have grand piano, Gothic organ, rock organ, evil. Okay, now I'm just curious. All right, hold on. Let's go. I want to go evil, and let's just go to like free play here. All right, free play. That is super evil. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go back on that one. We're gonna mute all sounds, and we're gonna do lessons. Let's start it off. We've got treble lessons, bass lessons, and grand staff lessons. So let's start with treble. Oh, okay. So we've got this is how they get you. There's a premium version, and there's also a microphone option that requires the premium version. So I gotta say, I'm curious. Their layout doesn't really fit the 13-inch iPad here all that well. There's the little info thing that's cut off. But let's just try the first lesson, then I will go and see. I don't know how much premium costs. Okay. Okay. All right. So, looks like. got 100% accuracy, 0.52 seconds per note. So I got 3 stars, 50 points for my daily goal of 200 points. So, okay. So that was really easy. I don't know if I should be trying to play that faster. It doesn't say anything about a tempo. I'm just moving it along. But let's see what happens now. Okay, so so it shows the 3 stars. Same note range with note hints removed. Okay, so that did have the note hints on there before. I like that. So then it's going to switch it to be the same range. So 100% accurate, 0.39 seconds per note. When it shifts, it is a little hard to keep that fluid. It might be nice to see if there's a way to have it scroll slightly differently. But okay, so really quickly, let's look at these settings once more, see what else we got. Hide ghost note errors, disable notes, progress bar. Okay, so microphone sensitivity, microphone input offset, no change. Okay. Simple and effective to practice sight reading. Updates are planned. Okay. Okay, so really quickly, so that was 60 points. So I'm already at 100, 110 on my 200. All right, so let's do it again. Let's keep going. Maybe I'll get to my 200 goal. So same note range with no visual aids. So at first it was with the visual aids, note hints, and the keyboard notes. And now we've got the note hints removed. Now we have no visual aids. So let's give that a shot. Let's see how we do here. All right, 100%. So that was 50. All right. Add 2 notes to the range and add back the visual aids. Okay, let's do it. So we got 5 notes, looks like. So I'm wondering. Okay. That was wrong. It's interesting. It is only showing the hints on the notes that I have not done. So that was 94%, 0.68 seconds per note. That still gave me 3 stars, and my daily goal has been met of 210 out of 200 points. I am curious though. I want to try to restart that to see if I can get 100%. But it was I think I was thinking about what to say, and I just missed a note. That's okay. So we'll try it again. All right, 100% there, 0.46 seconds per note. And it did add to my daily goal. So it gave me credit for that, even though I was redoing something I had already done. So that's 260 out of 200 points. Okay, so I like that. That's great. So looks like there are expanding your range. So there's 40 or 39 the treble lessons. They're on the bass lessons. I'm guessing there are, okay, so 33. And then there's going to be enable practice reminders. Now I don't need practice reminders right now. And then grand staff has 45 different lessons. So support the app. Let me see. Purchase premium, one-time in-app purchase, which unlocks all the features, including all the lessons, all available songs, chords and free play, and all future upgrades. So leave a review, contact me if you have questions. Okay, well, I do like that. Let me see what the other sections are here. So this was the notes, right? How do I go back? So, lessons, okay. So I'm closing that. You got practice, treble practice. So what are these? Notes mixed, notes count. Oh, I think I had read something about this where I think it generates things. Oh, okay. So these are like generated things, I believe. Okay, interesting. Okay, so you can change all the settings. So note count, you want 50 of them, mixed quarter notes. So timing wise too, so that's interesting. I wonder how that works. Okay, so I guess let's try this. So that's a D, D, G. So let's see. Oh, so okay. So that's interesting because I wonder if it's an accuracy thing. Yeah, so the rhythm is probably something I do need additional work with as far as like being able to read. But so this is not musical at all here as far as what I'm playing. All right, so that was 100% accurate, but then I was pretty slow. So 1.22 seconds per note. So I don't know where the cutoff is, where it says it's not going to be happy with that as far as giving you your stars. Okay, so you can select the note range as well. Sharps and flats, hide the notes on the keys, key signatures. So it's like a generated thing. And you can do chords as well. Okay. So it looks like the microphone access, I'm assuming that is if you don't have a MIDI keyboard and you want it to be able to hear the notes, then you would need the microphone, which is in the premium version. And then finally, there is a song section, which just has a few. So there's Twinkle Twinkle, Ode to Joy, Minuet, Clair de la Lune, which Shepherd Shepherd, What Shall We Do with the Drunken Sailor, and Fiddle Before Breakfast. So those last four are only part of premium, but C major, hide notes on keys. Okay, so you can do a song, and so this is a real song. So. Great. So I think for me, it may be useful to find something. I like that you can do a mixture of things. I think for me, though, the rhythm part of a sight reading, so it's not just the notes. So I guess in my head, I also hadn't thought of like fingering and stuff, right? Is kind of random because I don't make good choices necessarily on choosing the fingering. But okay, so out of curiosity, so what does this say? You got accuracy, notes per minute, your star average for the different days today, 7 days, customize your goals, all that stuff. So then you can look at all time. Okay, that's great. So this is neat. So it does keep track. I don't know where the support link button went to, but let's see. Let's go to the App Store real quick and take a look. That will tell us. So we want Notes Trainer. You know Notes Trainer? There it is. Let's see. In-app purchases. Okay, so it's $2.99 for the premium version. That's really not bad. So great app to learn to read notes, super useful. Okay. Sneaky and frustrating premium update. Wow. Okay. All right, so 1 week ago. All right, so it seems like they are updating this. It has good ratings. Lesson sections overhauled to be more streamlined with better information about each lesson. A number of lessons will be expanded soon. Bug fix. So it looks like those are week ago, 1 month, 2 month, 3 months. So this is actively being worked on, which is pretty great. I don't know of other apps that are like this, so I will probably purchase that premium soon. So I will probably do that for another time. But so I'll try that again. I'll keep doing the sight reading. I like the generated thing. I thought I had read something that wasn't just purely random. I think there's some sort of methodology there. But anyway, I like that you can customize all that and just kind of have ever growing things to practice. I do actually have a sight reading book, a PDF version here in Foursquare, which is something I probably would go through as well. And that's, I think, obviously somebody had thought through that a little bit more specifically. I think the one that I have is from Matthew Cawood, Cawood. He's a guy on YouTube that I happen to like. And he had a sight reading book, but I know there's tons of them out there. I also do have, I've got, let's see. So this is a book. It's called Easy Classics to Moderns. That came highly recommended. And I think I've played like one song out of here. It was the Italian song by Tchaikovsky. And I might have had one other song that I played over this past year. But a lot of these, I think there's a pretty good range of difficulty, but relatively short, a lot of different little pieces. So this might be a good thing also to do to practice with sight reading in the future. So those are skills that I definitely want to develop, is the sight reading, the ear training, and then obviously continuing to play my other songs. So anyway, all right, that's I think that's good. Anise, now for the notes trainer. Really quickly, I'll go through Chet just so you can kind of see what it is or hear what I'm doing. So Chet, this is the ear training app. Okay, so I have done, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. There's a learning and there's a practice. So you can kind of choose exactly what you want. If you want to do scale degrees, songs, tones, scales, arpeggios, all that stuff, which I think these are all really great. And then you have theory and context. But I've not done any of these where I've selected exactly what I want to do yet, but I can see all of those being useful. I've only really started going through the learn units. And so the first unit here is introducing major melodies, introducing F and G to the major melodies, introducing minor melodies. So that is where I had stopped. I haven't done anything here, but it's a very similar system where you get stars and can progress. But I'll start at the very beginning just to kind of show you, and then maybe I'll go back to kind of where I was. But it's been probably a couple of weeks since I touched this, since I was sick. And yeah, I'll stop talking. I should probably just be practicing, but maybe this is useful to see for other people. I know you probably can't see super well what's on my screen, but hopefully you have an idea as I talk through it. So level 1 is just the beginner melodies using C and D. So 2, 4, and 6. So I think that's how many, like they play, I think, a total of 10. And so if you get 2 of them correct, you get 1 star, 2 of them correct without errors, 4, and then 6, you get the 3 stars. So you get to move on. I think as long as you get through it, I think you can move on regardless of how many stars you have. But okay, so level 1. So it just says, in this game, you'll explore 2 notes. Play back what you hear. The first note is highlighted. So in this case, it's just C. And then there's a repeat, a skip, and you can change the tempo. There are 10 questions, which is great. It is hooked up to MIDI. Oh, I think I need to... I think that played it twice, and it shouldn't have. Oh, why did it do that? Let's see. So... Oh. What? It did it twice, though. That's not right. Yeah, why is it doing that twice? Let me look at my settings for MIDI. Show possible pitches. Why? Oh, I bet I do know why this is. How? If I look at my MIDI settings. Sound level? No. I'm pretty sure, here we go, Bluetooth MIDI settings. I bet I'm connected to both, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna disconnect from my piano directly and only connect to the jamcorder, which is hooked up to my piano. I think that's a little easier because I have actually moved the jamcorder to play on my computer, or I've taken it to lessons to show my piano teacher, and in that particular case, it would automatically be synced up. So I think I wanna disconnect from the MIDI on the piano directly. So that's why it's duplicating that. And actually what I'm going to do is really quickly, I'm going to go into my settings and go to Bluetooth, and I'm going to forget this device for the piano. So forget the piano device. I'm only connected to the jamcorder. I believe it's a slightly better connection. I don't know if that's true, but that's fine. Okay, so now, not connected, jamcorder connected. Let's go back to where we were. Level 1. Okay. So that was a flute. That's an alto saxophone. Flugelhorn. So there is kind of that little bit of an actual tune. So it says Miles Davis freeloader, and that's what that was. So the distance between these notes is called a major second interval. Second note is lower than the first. This is called a descending major second. Star Eyes. Jazz standard, Star Eyes. So that is by the Beatles, just an excerpt. So there you go. So I got 10 correct. Okay. I think I want to change though about the sound levels. That's interesting. How do I? Oh, so it's very quiet, but I can't mute it completely. I wonder, instrument is piano, guitar, no names. Ah, okay. Oh, show possible pitches. You can remove that. Okay, so you can't mute that completely if I'm just relying on my own thing. I like the idea of turning off the show possible pitches to make it a little bit harder, but I'll do that maybe in the future when I get a little better. You can change the note display. Again, you can do the movable do of the solfege. There's an accent. I don't know how to pronounce English words, let alone words in other languages. But yeah, so we got music notation, sound levels, yeah, celebration sound, sure. Metronome, sure. Sight singing. Metronome while singing. I don't know how that works, but all right. Advanced settings. I think the people that make this app, so this is called Clef, and I forget the name of the developers. It's probably on here somewhere. Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know why. My camera just stopped recording. Okay, for some reason my camera likes to stop recording, and I think I'm gonna have to check that first video. I suspect, so I have voice control on. This is a GoPro. You can have voice control to say like stop recording or stop capture or something like that. And I suspect that is what happened, is I must have said something that sounded like a stop recording, perhaps. I'll double check on that first video. I don't know if it'll capture up to that point. But when I started another one and I said, hey, sorry, I'm back, for some reason my camera stopped recording, and it stopped recording right away. So I've turned off that voice control setting since I don't use it anyway. I thought I had that off already, but we're back in business. We are recording. And yeah, so let's do a couple more in Chet. just so you kind of have an idea of what it is, and this is good for me. So I'm probably gonna skip ahead to, I'm gonna go the end of unit 2 here. Maybe I'll do these last 2 again since it's been a little while, and we'll see. So this is level 13, more difficult melodies using C, D, E, F, and G. So basically just the normal hand position, but you have to listen. So. That was Mother's Nature's Son. So I messed up. Oh, all right. So that's Vivaldi's Four Seasons. So. Oh. Okay, so there's no D in there? All right, so let's do this. All right, I need it. Okay, so I did get 6 there, but I had a lot of mistakes. So clearly, this seems really beneficial for me. Maybe more than the well, it's different. It's a different skill than the sight reading. But all right, I will do one more, and then I will start playing my songs. Let's record. So that is clef. And so the practice, maybe I should look at this real quick. I don't even know, like scale degrees, major scale. Let's take a look. Oh, so, okay. So you can select whatever you want. Recent scores, no scores yet. So all scale degrees, mode untimed, all scale degrees. I don't know what this means. Let's see what this start exercise. Chord progression, then a single note. Play back the note. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm confused. I do like that it shows 7 too, because you're going from C up a 7th. Okay, neat. So scale degrees, that's neat. And you can do it on all the different scales, tonal, custom exercises, major leading tone. This is really cool. I think this is a great app. This one I'm super impressed with. The other one, we'll see. I'll continue to do more. But all right. So my 2 new songs that I am working on are this is very French from Jan Tiersen, Comptine d'un autre et la après midi. I have no idea. But I think the song comes from the movie Amelie, if I remember correctly. And this is an arrangement, an intermediate arrangement with no octaves in it by Chrissy Ricker. I really have only played through this just a little bit of the hands separate, and I definitely need a lot of work to get hands working together. But I'm going to start with the left hand. Do I have extra noise coming? It's hard for me to tell. Maybe I don't. Maybe that's my imagination. I can tell when I plug this in. Okay. Yes, it's my imagination. I'm pretty sure that is pretty much the left hand for the entirety of the song, except for the very end, which is, I think, an E minor. I think that is an E minor, because we're taking out the G here. We got the G there, so we've got an E, G, B, and then an E on the top. So that's an E minor. So let me think here. 1, because E minor would be. Is that right? Again, the scales are things I need to work on, but okay. So the right hand. Okay, so. Third finger makes sense there. Nope. This has a repeat. That goes all the way back. Okay, but so the first section, that, let me see here. That is our normal. Where are we? That's F. Ah, on the second one, it jumps up an octave. And is that the only difference? Because it goes up an octave there. Bass looks the same. And then it's just slowing down. Oh, but it doesn't go there. So the only difference on the bottom there. Goes all the way back to... Playing two hands together. That's my real struggle. Piano's hard, everyone. All right. Okay, so it goes. See, man, it's like even one note. I'm like, oh, can't think clearly enough. Need to play like those 4 measures over and over again because it's roughly the rhythm. I just have to get this automatic, and so I don't think about it. Okay. In the interest of time, I do want to do my other song really quickly. I will probably practice this more today, but for now, so I feel both hands are fine individually. Piecing them together and staying on time and tempo, we'll get there. But I feel good about the difficulty of this one. I feel like this is good practice for me mentally, but it's not beyond my abilities in order to play. So I feel like that one will come along. My next song that I have this week, it's a song called Ode to Vivian, Rework. I think it's a slightly different version from the original, but it's by a composer called Patrick Watson that I had found, I think just from listening to like Apple Music, and I think it popped up and I liked it, so I found the song, I found the sheet music. So this one is slightly more difficult. It's in C minor, but it is a short song and I think really pretty. So let me see. So C minor, we've got a lot of flats. We've got A, B. Is that right? A, B, and E are all flats for C minor. So in my head, let me think. C minor, we've got, it's 2, 2, 3, 2 is the pattern for the red and blue. Like I said on my previous video for the Read Music Fast lessons. But if you're starting on C, so let me think. So 2, and then we've got 3 of the other color. So we've got, yes. And then we go, so that's 3, and we go back to 2 in the other ones, which is right, A, B, and then there you go. So I don't know the fingering for that. That, like I said, that's the scales I want to do, or practicing. That is correct. What was that? 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And we're back to C. That's C minor. So that is correct. Is that's going up. That's and the dog's got to go outside. Quick break. I'm going to go let the dog out. I'll leave this recording for now. I'll be right back. So really quickly, let me play the song, at least so you can hear it, so I can hear it. So that gives you an idea of what we're going for. All right, so then that's the right hand. The left hand, I think, is pretty repetitive, which will make this easier for me as well. So we're starting F. Let me see if I can remember what this is. So we've got F, we've got A, so that's an, wait. Yes. That's an F. Then we got A flat and C. Then we got E to G. So C, E, G. What is that noise? Sometimes I hear noise from this speaker. Or rattling. Maybe that's just me. So. And then it goes, so where were we? That was C. So C, E, and G. And then we've got, oh, that's right. So E, so we've got E, G, and B. And then E. And then we go back to our, these two stay the same because that's your A flat and C. So F, A flat, C. Fingering there, it's a little weird to stick with three and one, I think. No, I think that makes sense. My ring finger poking up there, but I'll try to rock the wrist. I think there is a section, there's like one other note near the end for this that changes, but okay. So, but so again, this is going to be getting into the rhythm of there's a term, I just saw a video about this where a note, it starts before the, like basically the end of a measure, rather than starting on the first beat of the next measure, it starts a little early. Oh, now my dogs need to come back in. I forget the term for it, but I just learned this, and this is pretty prevalent in this particular piece of music. So I'll be right back once again with the dogs. And they are covered in snow. Digby, you got snow all over you. Isabel, you have less snow on you, but that checks out. Okay. So I think rhythm of this one is tricky for me, but. Go back. I can't make faces. Okay. Timing of that is strange. I don't know why there are two dots there. Hi, you're slobbery and gross. Yes. Yes. I know. I love you too. You want me to be done, huh? Okay, well. Okay. So I didn't quite get through there. I will probably keep practicing. Maybe I'll end the video there for now. Play with the dogs for a bit. But those are the two songs I'm looking at. I'm glad I got to work a little bit on the sight reading and the ear training as well. Yeah, I really like Chet, and we'll see how the sight reading app goes. I had looked around for a little while to find something. Maybe it'll continue to improve as well. It looks like it's being actively worked on. I didn't see a whole lot of other stuff that I liked. There are a bunch of websites that seem decent. But yeah, we'll continue on. We'll keep getting better every day. But thanks for joining me, and I guess that's it for now. Bye.